Hello. My voice is still messed up, but I'm going to try and get through this. Hold on. I have to strategically think how I let the air come out of my throat so that I don't sound crazy. But I ended up with a scratchy throat a few days ago, and it's just not clearing up. It's definitely not the C word. Got tested, got vaccinated. So it's definitely not that. So don't know why it just hasn't cleared up yet because there's not really a lot of phlegm in there. But hello and good morning. Was not going to miss being live for the first day of the last day of the month because y'all only have me for like another week. I do take a break once the kids go. Well, actually, probably like, is it like 2 weeks? Actually, I said this is my last one, but it's really not because I still have. Actually, I'm tripping. I have all of next week and the week after that, like the 18th, because I normally take off like once the kids are out of school. So I did say the last one, but that's not very true because I can still do the 6th and the 13th. So yeah, I'm tripping. I don't know why I thought it was a lot closer than it is now. But nevertheless, we are here today. How are you guys? I am Shakia, the professor of Silaholics Anonymous and the product line, Honestly Speaking. And also, even though I will always be Silaholics Anonymous, if you kind of miss the announcement, I will be kind of transitioning into um, a different, like not say platform, but just kind of you'll see come 2022, you'll see a lot of changes for certain things because we are trying to broaden our teachings and horizons over here. And it will be 365 Creative Academy. Y'all know I love that number. With our product line, we are first to let you know that, you don't have to do 400 degrees when you're subbing. Like we have an amazing product, which is the Honestly Speaking sublimation paper that allows you to sublimate as low as 365 degrees and as fast as 30 seconds for most heat presses. So I'm so in love with that number 365. And it's just, we've really built a brand around that. You think of that, people start to really think of honestly speaking, or HS Ink 365. So going into the new year, there's like the Academy will change. There's going to be another YouTube for 365 Creative Academy where I want to just kind of explore other things outside of silhouette. And have Honestly Speaking really be for things for our brand. So like anything I do on there is just really going to be like branding for any products that we have for Honestly Speaking, just so that we can really, really keep that part separate. So yeah, 365 Creative Academy is coming to you guys soon. So you'll start to hear me say that a lot more. So don't ever think that Silaholics Anonymous isn't going where that's what I built my brand on. It's gotten me this far. It's just that, there comes a time when you realize that you've kind of moved past certain things and it served its purpose in getting me to where I am, and we're just growing. So still the same old professor. I'm still going to use silhouette. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not moving away from that because that's what I use. I have 6 of them. I love each and every last one. Well, I'm going to say all of them. I don't like the 3. No, I'm just going to be honest. I don't care for the 3. But I like all of my silhouette machines. So I'm definitely team silhouette all day, every day. That's not changing. I do want to try the solo, but I'm still going to be team silhouette all day, every day, because I do love the program. I like what it has to offer when it does work, as far as being a graphic designing program and helping people with learning like graphic design via, just learn graphic design. It's a great gateway graphic designing software. So I'm going to still be teaching that. It's just want to open up additional doors and just really have something that is ours. It's not associated with the name of anyone else. So 365 Creative Academy is going to be coming strong in 2022. All right. So yeah. And she says, if you're not a member of the academy, like the official academy, you're definitely missing out. Being an academy, actual academy member in one of our programs, yes, you definitely are missing out. She's like, don't rush it. It's coming fast enough. Oh, wow. Okay. Good morning. It's early here at 7 a.m. And I kind of jumped in the middle, but As always, my girl Cassandra Reed is always one of the first ones to comment over here on YouTube. Thank you so very much for watching and being a loyal, and very, very supportive subscriber. So I thank you so very much for that. Miss Howell, how are you? Hey, Lakeisha. Sandra, how are you? Better than diamonds. I know that's right. Beverly Smith, how are you? Hi, Carol. Be Embellished Crafts, how are you this morning? Word Seamstress 1, how art thou? Michelle Anderson, another one who's always over here. We said hello to Jan. Topeka, how art thou? Thank you. Michelle Jarrell, how are you? Charlie, hi, girl. Hey. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Let's see. Rebecca Thomas, good morning. Wendy, I see that. Even actually just asked about you this morning. Actually last night. Vanessa, how are you? Jamila, hey girl, hey. Hey, star quality 82. Oh my God, I'm gonna sound, I know I sound so horrible. All right, so I see your question, Jan, and we're gonna get right into that. But first, let me, God kind of, did talk about the brand a little bit, but let's do it the official way, shall we? This live broadcast is brought to you by the letters HSINK. I did say that right. It sounded weird going off my tongue like that. And the numbers 365 and 0 for 365, 30 seconds. And what am I talking about? Our product line, honestly speaking. Oh, well, that was the first one up there. But hey, you can use that code. But be incredible with our honestly speaking sublimation products and pigment ink products. That's what we have available on our site right now. We're looking to grow that as well in 2022. We have now 2 formulas. So make sure you guys are paying attention to the website now when it comes to Sublimation Ink. I did find it though. So I'm going to show you guys the shirt as far as like how it looks. I told you guys I had a shirt where I did all this testing. So we do have another formula. It was a oops formula, but it still works. Like it produces still vibrant colors. It's just that it's not that signature, blackity black in the bottle, but you still get good black colors, and it works well for EcoTank printers. So be sure when you're on the site, you are paying very close attention to that there are 2 formulas now, our signature ink formula and then formula B. So make sure that you are paying attention to that. But that's all available on our website, hsink365.com. Again, that is hsink365.com. Just makes it a lot easier for you guys to find that website now. Okay. All righty. Let's see. Today we are going to go over designing in Silhouette Studio. I normally do this on Monday, but y'all know, well, some of you guys may know if you were on that live, baby boy was home sick on Monday, so I could not do it on Monday, but I did not want to not do the designing live video. And what great way, what better day than December 1st? Like, so we're going to kick off the top of the month, at top of the morning to you. We're just going to start that off with designing in Silhouette Studio. When I do this live session, I kind of go off you guys, like, what do you need to know about designing in Silhouette Studio? Is there a specific design that you want to know how to do? And I'm going to start off, with a question that was posed to me a few days ago and then again yesterday. Wanting just inspiration on how to do the Holy Spirit activate. I'm not going to do that one. It's a lot of stuff in there. Y'all know I like being original. So I'm just going to do a different wording for something else. And I will, but show you like how that whole technique is done. I technically have kind of shown it already. I did a split text video before. And when I did the purple strong for epilepsy, that part is pretty much the same way. But I'm going to show you guys. So I'll start off with that. And then whatever questions you guys have, I will answer those as well. Make sure that you guys share this broadcast out. Let them know that the professor is on, scratchy voice and all. I am still here. So be sure to share. Also, give this video a thumbs up. Check your subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, head on over to YouTube so you can make sure that you are subscribed and hit the bell. If your subscribe button is red, you are not subscribed. Make sure you log in and you make sure that you hit subscribe and it's great. All right. So let's go over to the comment section. Like I said, I did see a question over here already. So I'm going to do that one, and then I'm going to go into my lesson for today. There we go. If I want to fade the edges of a design for a tumbler so I don't get the hard seams, is there a way to do that in Silhouette Studio? Unfortunately, no. Silhouette Studio is a vector-based program, so there is no fading of anything like that. Like, you can do different things such as like distressing the edges by finding a distress like either a border or like with the brush stroke and things like that, and then you can trace it and you can crop your background to that so that the edges are, like kind of looks like a brush stroke, or it's not so sharp. You can utilize, like if it's going into something white, you can probably put like the fade bars on it. There are websites that will allow you to blur the edges, but it's still going to look like a box. It's just going to look like a box with blurred edges. So you just want to figure out creative ways to not make it look so harsh, and I'll show kind of one of those once we get to Silhouette Studio. Good morning. Yep, it's been that way all week long since Cyber Monday. All classes are 60% off. Ooh, excuse me. If you change inks on an eco tank, can they be mixed when low? Yes and no. I mean, it's kind of weird. There are a lot of companies where we're using the exact same ink. Like there are several people, like my vendor, of course, provides ink to people all over this country, all over the world. So you could very easily be using two inks that are from the same exact company. The only thing that may end up different, like, is like a slight color change depending on how much pigmentation is in there. So that kind of like takes me, it's a kind of a good segue for this. So this is, when I tell y'all, I'm the professor, not because I'm perfect, never proclaim to be perfect, but I'm going to do a lot of research, to bring the information to you guys the best way that I can. So I end up doing this, right? So this is 4 different prints. And I think it says on there, so this says new ink and old formula mixed. So this is kind of like, a representation of if you were to mix colors. And I mixed them right in the cartridge. So if you kind of look at this one, I'm trying to see which one can I like really point out. And then this one right here is the old, like the original, not gonna say old, but like it's like the original here. And I'm gonna show, like, let me see, where is it? So this is, hold on. Okay, here, Skittles, and here. So like if you're in the middle of a project, it can be slightly different. I'm not sure if you can, like, if on camera it's going to really show the difference. Come on. I should have put them on separate shirts. Even says I'm crazy, but I guess because I've been doing this for so long, I noticed the difference and the change. But even always says I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs because he's like, I don't see it. Man, I can't get it to line up where you can see just the Skittles. Okay, let's see. No, you can't see it that way. I'm gonna have I have a separate video I want to do because I'm gonna lay this out on the table and just have the camera go over it. This is not gonna work, but it's slightly darker. Like, I can't even show it because it won't. I don't know how to position it. So you can see the color. Like you can see here that this one on this one is slightly brighter than the one that's over here. So it changes the color a little. And this was when those two were like mixed. If I look at Bugs Bunny and their gray tones, especially if you look around his arm, they're slightly different in the different tones of gray. You see that? So mixing them will, like, it's still, if I just hold this up, you probably would never be able to tell, like, these are technically all different inks. They look basically the same. It's slight differences. And most people wouldn't even really like notice it. But if you're doing, like, I always say, if you're in the middle of an order, try not to mix them mid-order. So if you're going to mix them, like you have like a little bit of ink in there and you know that you're not going to have enough to finish that order, you may want to maybe try and do something else that you can probably finish in that, or go ahead and mix them so that that order, the colors look exactly the same. And then, like, even with the 7720, so it's like, it really is minor stuff, but I notice the minor stuff. Don't judge me. I noticed the minor stuff. Oh, when I do the video, you guys will see this better because I'll have it flat. But, like, do you see how bright Elsa's hair is in this one? Because this is the original formula. This is the one mixed. So her hair is a bit brighter in this one. Like, it's not as dark in some areas on this one compared to the other one. Oh, come on. Drop her hair. That's the best I can do. But, like, it's little things like that. So it's not a major change, but it is a slight change. The big one for me was like the Bahamian flag and how different that looked, which I don't even have the Bahamian flag, so I have it over here. Like, one had more of a bluish tone than a green tone, and then the yellow was different. So it's little things like that. So you can mix them, just don't do it in the middle of an order. Okay. What do you mean a shiplap design? Not sure what that is, obviously. So no, because I know what shiplap is, but I'm not sure what type of design you're meaning with that. Like, just as a background, not sure what you mean by that. Hola, good morning. Question: can you put a setting in Silhouette for the paper setting? Like, can you put a setting in Silhouette Studio for the paper setting, like a preset? No. So someone else asked us, let me show you what your hack would have to be if your library works. You would have to do this hack. So let me go over here, and I should have done it for the other part too, and I forgot. So let's say preset page setting hack. Okay. All right. We're going to go over here. And what you would have to do is basically save it to your library and then always use that one to open it up. So if you go and let's say we're going to go to here and I'm going to go 13 by 19. 13 by 19. And so then I would go and go File. I'm going to go Save As, Save to Library. And my library is still kind of like weird and wonky. I'm not showing like everything. And so here I'm going to go to 13 by 19 template. Okay. And then hit OK. Okay. Why are you not? Oh, I'm not logged in. Duh, Shakia. All right. Hold on one second. Let me log in. All right, we're gonna go back over here. And I don't know if okay, so it's still syncing, but okay. First thing before it's syncing, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a new folder, right? So I'm gonna go to here and we're going to add, oh, come on. Oh, it's acting slow. Okay, we're gonna add a new folder and where'd it go? Where's my folder? I don't even see it. Where'd you go? So it was acting very slow. All right, I don't even see the new folder I just did. Okay, untitled folder. Let's just go to this one. Well, let's go down here. I'm going to rename this. So rename folder, and I'm going to go page size templates. And I know I actually really want to put a 1 in front. That way it pushes it to the top. So I'm just going to put 1 and then page size templates. And so now that's going to stay at the top, right? So now when I go to, I don't even know if it's there, the 13 by 19. So search 13 by 19. Okay, template. Oh, and I did print border template. I've done this video before. So we're going to take this and drag it over to that folder. You do have to have Designer Edition or above in order to create custom folders. If I'm not, that's how it was before. I believe it's still the same way. In order to create custom folders, you have to have Designer Edition or above. So now that's going to be in there. I'm going to go over to design. I'm going to take this one and go to 11 by 17, enter. I'm going to go back to the library and I'm going to click on this. It's going to give me a 13 by 19. So it opened up another one that says 13 by 19. So you would go and design it. My recommendation would be to save this. I don't save like things like templates. I save to the library. I don't save my design files. So if I was about to start working on a design, first thing that I'm going to do is come up here and go and just hit save. Oh, wait, I didn't mean hit save. Save as. So file, save as, save to hard drive because I don't save to my library. And I'm going to go, just put this in the Academy folder. And I'm going to go, let's say, the design that I was going to do, Christmas vacation activate. Okay. So I'm about to make that design. So I'm going to change that. It's already saved. And then that way, when I make my changes, I can go and save that. So then now with this one, it's 11 by 17, right? So we're going to go file, save as, save to the library. I'm in my page one. So I'm going to name this one 11 by 17 template. All right. So if I go over here, I'm going to go back to the library. I'm on the 13 by 19 one. I'm going to double click on 11 by 17. It's in 11 by 17. Now, your print border is not going to change because your print border is based off of what your current print settings is. Ignore your print border. The minute you go to actually print and put in your print settings, your print border will jump. So don't mind where your print border is. I think I'm going to have to do this one as a separate video just for Silaholics Anonymous, but good question. All right. And let's see, where are we now? How do you make the cursor move one space at a time? How do I make the cursor move What do you mean make it move one space? Are you saying it's moving too far? Like you want it to move smoothly? If that is what you're asking, then for that, that is your snap to grid. All right. So that's your snap to grid. Right. Right. I'm going to go like this and fill this with color. And I'm going to zoom in on this. See, right now, I can move this very fluently. I can just kind of move it around. If I go up here, even though I have no grid on, if I go snap to grid, and now I try to move this, see, it's not going to move smoothly. It's going to jump around based off of the grid that's there, even though I don't see it. So if I go like this, it's going to jump really, really big. Now, even though I can't see this, if I go and put, I want 16 divisions, I want my spacing to be like this. Now, if I do this, if I move this around, it's going to seem like it's moving a lot more fluid because if I show my grid is actually, there's really no, I have like 16 divisions in it. I have like all this stuff on it. The spacing is really, really small. So it's going to jump based off of that. So if I make my divisions really, really small, they're like really non-existent and the back looks black, but it'll move smoother because the spacing is smaller. Actually, I don't even have to do the division. I just have to make my spacing smaller. So this would move a little bit better because of the spacing. Even if I don't show the grid, it's still going to move that way. But if the grid is like at the default and you do this, it's going to move bigger. Okay. And I'm sorry my voice sounds crazy for those who are just joining. I am so sorry. I sound like a crazy person. You would just find that image and just put it in. So that's not something I would design in Silhouette Studio. You're just gonna look for that image, like for a background, and then so you're trying to make a mock-up basically. You would just find that and then put your wreath on top. Just as it says on there, December 6th. And I don't even use all of them. They're there. Most of those photos are there for teaching purposes. Like I use it to teach something, or I did it like back in the day. I don't save to my Silhouette library for that very reason. I can't even see anything in there right now. So I do not save to my library. Only thing I save in there, like actively, like if now I'm saving stuff, it'll be like certain templates I will put in there to make it easier. Like I end up putting my 20-ounce sublimation template in there. When I want to use my mug one, I was using it from my library, but because I can't see it, I now just pull it from my Silhouette file. I have no idea. I have gone up to version 4.4, gone down. I've reset everything, and I cannot get my library to show anything. So I'm just over it. I don't use it. All right. Good morning. Found the first Cameo, trying to set up. Would that work with version 4.4? Because it seems like it's not picking it up. Yes, it does work with 4.4. I wouldn't recommend 4.4. There's a lot of glitches with 4.4. Go back down to 4.3. But yes, it definitely works with it because I still use my original. And when I did take it up to 4.4, I am able to still use my original. Now, if it's not picking it up, the thing is not necessarily going to be 4.4. If you're using a Windows PC computer, there was an update where it does not read the older USB plugs. Like, so for the original, it uses a USB 1 or USB 2 plug. Most people don't even realize that there's a difference in the USB plugs, but there is. So what you would have to do is go on Amazon and get a USB converter. So it's one to where that input is a USB 3. And then when you plug it into that, it's going to read it as if it's a USB 3. That was a Windows update well over a year ago to where you had to use a USB converter for the older machines in order for the system to read them. So that's more of a computer issue than it is a version of Silhouette Studio issue. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to go and make this design that I was going to do because someone asked. So let's head back over here. I want to take off Snap to Grid. And we're going to do here we go. All right. So you're going to first start off with typing out your text. So I'm just going to go and put in all caps. Doesn't matter what font it is. All right. So that's my first word. I'm just going to duplicate this and go get all my caps. Make that bigger. Fill them both in with some type of color so you guys can see. There we go. I'm going to click on here and change the font. Let's see. What font do I want to use? I kind of like that one. Even though my C looks a little weird, but I kind of like that one. So we're going to rock with that one. I want just a little bit of extra spacing in between here so that my letters don't really, like this one doesn't, oh, you know what? I could actually just take it out. So I'm going to duplicate this because once you make any modifications, you're not going to know what font you're using. So I'm going to just make a duplicate of that. So then now Christmas Vacation, let's go and find a different font. I'm going to find some sort of script font. I kind of like that one, but I'm going to make a duplicate, see what else I have, what I might want to use. Let's see. Kind of like that one too. It's chunkier, it's not super thin. All right, so I'm going to do both of those. So with this one, we're going to go ahead and just right click and weld, and then I'm just going to group that together so that it's nice and welded, all one, like there's no breaks in it. So then for this one, we're going to ungroup. I'm going to go ahead and just delete my T now. I do want a little bit of spacing between this. I'm going to bring this over and bring this over just to put a little bit more space in between these letters. And then let's pull this over some in here. Now, if I were to select this and just make that, no, I forgot, it's going to pull it in closer. So I don't want to do that. All right. That should work. Now I have this part. We're going to group it together. I'm going to move this down, put an offset on this. So offset. My students know we always make duplicates. So let's make a duplicate. I'm going to make an offset. You can make this as big or as small as you want your outline to be. I'm going to go down just a little bit so that, and so with this particular set of letters, these are okay, but my E, like it's not enough spacing for it to go in between here. So that when I go and just like do the outline, it's just going to look like a box around it because of the way that the size of the offset. So you have to be mindful of that too. There's no way to make that go inside unless you do a smaller offset. So if I go down like this, then I can have it where it's kind of inside the E. And we're going to hit apply. I like to fill things with color so that I can see them and know like what I'm clicking on. So I'm just going to choose any random color. And now you can really see like the break in the E. Before it was just a box around it. All right, I'm going to group this together. This is for teaching purposes. You really can do this without grouping it together, but I want you guys to really see like everything that's going to happen here. So now with this part, I want to select it all. And then I'm going to go over to modify and choose subtract all. It's going to look like nothing happened. But what happens is if I pull this down, see, I now have the activate, like this part where it has the outline around it. Grouping it together, what that does is, you know, once you subtract it, it stays together. If I would have left them separated, then I would have had to go in and select all those again. But now I have this piece. I want to bring it down. So I'm going to hold down shift. I'm just going to bring this down to like right here or so, just so that I can split this in half. I'm going to take my knife tool. This is, a lot of people don't like crosshairs, right? I love crosshairs. I'm going to show you the benefit of it. Uh-oh, didn't mean to do that again. I want to split this in a certain spot, but I'm not quite sure, like way over here on the E, I can't see if I'm center. I can't see if I'm center here. So I'm going to hit H on my keyboard. It is, well, let me go back to the selection tool, hit H on my keyboard. Can you guys see that crosshair moving around? So now when I go back to my knife tool, which I just hit K to get to the knife tool on my keyboard, that line is showing me where that knife is going to cut at. So if I want to cut here, like on the A, I can see exactly where it's going to cut at on the E. So I can now hold down shift, click, and go straight across so that it's cutting on that line. And then I can turn that off. We're just going to hit H to turn it off. Drag and select everything here at the top. Right click and group that together. Select everything here at the bottom, making sure I get those little pieces of the A. Hold down shift, click on the solid one because I don't want that. And I'm going to group that together. Now I'm going to hold down shift and just pull this down. Hold down shift, click on activate, push them both up. I can do it that way. I can also do it to where it's just the solid text as well. There's a lot of different ways that you can do this. So we have this, and then we're going to take our Christmas vacation, and I'm going to find, I guess, a Christmas tree. So let's just go Christmas tree clip. You know what? I have a whole bunch of Christmas trees. From my last class, let's see, file, open, academy. There should be a Christmas tree file here. Where is that Christmas tree file? It might still be up here. Let's go and search for my Christmas tree file because I just put that. We just did Christmas designs in the academy. And that was one of the files I gave them of a bunch of different Christmas trees. Oh, there we go. Christmas tree bundle. There we go. All right. So let's do this one. Oh, no, I'm going to try that one. Copy. Paste. All right, I'm going to try to strategically make this to where the star is here. Let's make you a little bit bigger. And try and make that look like it's going into the word vacation. Ooh, I might even take that I out completely. Okay. Let me make that a different color. I'm going to ungroup this real quick. I'm going to delete you. I'm going to delete all of these edit points that make up the letter I. And whoa, where'd you go? I'm just going to bring that up a little bit more and then fix my edit points. I don't think I want this piece here. And so I can just put the star right there. Move this over to where it's really like where the I is supposed to be. All right, let's make this. I don't even know if I want it to be green, because then this should be green, because of course it's a tree. So we're gonna make that green. We'll make that gold. Let's make this. Maybe I'll make this gold as well. Make this red. I don't know what color I want to make the rest of it. Let's see. I don't even have my glitters anymore. Because my library isn't working, I don't have my glitter patterns. So let's do this. Let's go File. Downloads, I think it's under. I think it's under downloads. Let's see. Glitter. Nope, it would be under here maybe. I have way too many files. Okay, where are my regular folders? Okay, here we go. That would be under Etsy's, I think. I think that's under Etsy. I think it's under Etsy downloads. All right, let's look for 125 glitter. All right, there we go. Just search the name. 125 glitters. I think airmail. All right, that's going to give me a red. I can use that. There is a gold, somewhat of a gold there. I think I might have one that is Christmas or something like that. Boys will be boys. Citrus, cool, tropics, pastel, space, hues, warm spice. Oh gosh. Silver mix. I thought I had a Christmas one. I don't think I extracted it, but let's see. Gold mix. View large icons. All right, I'm going to bring this one in, drag it right into there. And then let's go back to airmail and grab the red. I'm just going to put that on my page for now. And let's see, what other color do I want to bring in? Warm spices are oranges. Let's see, cool, tropical, citrus, blueberry, bubblegum, bright glitter. I think this one might have a green. Yep. Oh, it's a light green. I don't want light green. Oh well. That's what we're going to make our tree this time, is a light green. I'm going to drop that right in there. And then I can take these and fill that in with glitter if I wanted to. Or let's make them red and let's do this one filled in with glitter. And then make these the same color as this. And what do I want to make this? I don't want to necessarily use black, but I think I am. Just so that you can see it. Into the back. So yeah, that's just so you can see it. Yeah, that's how you would do that. And build a design in Silhouette Studio. Oh no, they are not organized. I couldn't find it. And so I was like, okay, I'm not gonna be able to find this. Let me just type it out. My files are not organized in any way, shape, or form. Okay. No way, shape, or form are they organized. Thank you, ma'am. Photoshop would be the one that you would need to do. She says, you can do so much with this design if you know what you're doing. Correct. And then if you know, you can have it where, I could have even brought this down a little bit further. So yeah, it's a lot that you can do with that. And you can do it with any font. All right, I'm going to do it one more time just so that you can see like just the activate part of it. And so this was this part. So you'll take out the letter that you don't want to use. And then you're going to put an offset. However big or small you want that offset to be. Hit apply. Fill it with color just so that you can see it. Group it together, either with the icon at the top or just hover your mouse. Oh, it has to be over the orange section and group. All right, we're going to click on the words here, Hold down shift and move that down some. Oh, wait. Nope. Did that wrong. Scratch that. I forgot. I didn't do the most important part. Select it. Go over to modify. Subtract all. Now move it down. Go to your knife tool. Split it in half, although that's not really half because I didn't use my crosshairs. Select everything here, hold down shift, deselect, activate, group those together. Arrow, hold down shift and your arrow key to move it down. Select them both to move them up. And then you can put whatever you want there, or on an I, you can take out any letter. All right, so, okay. Is Photoshop for fades, user friendly, and a pay? So any design program is going to be where it takes a little bit more, like, it can be a bit of a learning curve. There's a lot of functions, a lot of tools. Now, if you want to learn like just the basics, for things that, like the bare minimum that you need Photoshop for, and what we do as creatives, my essentials to Photoshop class will go over that. Like I show how to use um your masking to like temporarily brush stuff away so it looks like it's faded, or if you want to do it as a full-on erase, how to use your glows, how to use your text tools, understanding about like clipping mask and things like that. So it is the very basics of Photoshop. So essentials to Photoshop, which is on sale right now, you can get that, and maybe you want to get that and kind of see before you invest in Photoshop. Photoshop is a program that you have to pay for monthly, or you can pay for, I think you pay for like annually. If you buy just the standalone, where you buy it straight out, it's going to cost you a couple $100 to $1,000 or something like that. But most people just get the program. You always have the updated version, and you pay monthly. So you can get just Photoshop by itself. The best one to get is Photoshop for photography. It's only $19, I think, a month, and you're going to see Photoshop, and then Photoshop, um, is it Elements or something like that. The only difference between that Photoshop and then like the other one is the amount of creative cloud space that you get. That's not important. So get the one that is for Lightroom. It says Lightroom. Not, I don't know where I got Elements from. It's Lightroom. So you're going to get Photoshop, Lightroom, and then regular Photoshop. It's for photography. All you need is the regular Photoshop. Don't pay the $30 for the extra creative cloud space. Hold on one second. I was waiting for Even to move away from my window. All right. So any other questions for me? We are pretty much at an hour. But you guys have any other questions for me? All right, there we go. He moved away from my door. Um, I also want to just go ahead and point out, like with Solicidio, remember I said that there are certain features that require Designer Edition or above. Right now, Swing Design does have the wrong one. There we go. Business Edition, going straight to Business Edition, is $55.95. It's a little bit of a discount. Normally it's $59.95, like basically $60. So you save a little bit right now. So you can go to Swing Design, use the link that's in the description. You can go straight from the free version to business that has all of the available features in it, or you can go to Designer, which is only $26.95. Designer Edition Plus, unless like you don't want anything else, like you just want to be able to use like the warp tool, or like there's nothing in business that you really want and you just want to be able to open up like your applique files, you can go Designer Edition Plus. But for me, it's kind of a waste. It can be a means to an end. Like there are times where they won't have any more of the business edition, and then you can purchase Designer Plus and then get the Plus to Business upgrade. But as far as like just going through them, either just go designer. You want to just be able to open up SVGs, PNG, not PNGs, SVGs, PDFs, and unlock some other like tools and stuff. Go designer. But business edition is where it's at. So you can go straight from free to business. Or if you already have design, like you got designer edition before, you can go from designer edition to business edition. So you have to have that upgrade, like that tier up. If you buy just designer to business, it's not going to work. You're going to get an error because it's missing the prerequisite of designer edition. Then you have designer edition to designer plus. Only use those as a worst case scenario, like you have to tier up and the other ones are all sold out. That's when you'll go to those. But other than that, it's not even worth it. And then designer plus to business edition. Like I said, if you're trying to get to business and you have to go through all these channels, you can, but you can go straight to business from the free version just by getting the instant code here. You click the link in my description. It's going to take you to that one, or you can go and just do designer edition if you don't want to kind of pay for the extra for business edition. But business unlocks all of the features. Okay. I don't use Canva. No, I don't use Canva. I don't care for Inkscape. I had it downloaded on my other computer. I don't care for Inkscape. So I can't speak on that. I don't use that one. And then also while I'm over here, you guys know that Creative Fabrica is also a very great resource. This is not a sponsor video. I get nothing as far as mentioning them. Now, if you do click and use my link, I do receive a small commission. It's no difference in the cost for you guys. If you don't have Creative Fabrica, you can sign up for the first month for $1 and then be able to stay like in the all access for $19 a month compared to $29. And there's so much on here, but there's also freebies. So if you're not ready for a subscription, you can definitely check out their freebie section. If you have seen like the true like Christmas font, like a lot of the Christmas designs on some of these design bundles and things like that, they use what's called the Samantha font. And that is now exclusively on Creative Fabrica. Before, I used to be able to find it like on Mighty Deals and some other places, but now it is on Creative Fabrica. It's normally $75, right? If you end up getting the subscription, you can download the Samantha font basically for free. So if you have ever wanted the Samantha font, you didn't want to pay $75, or I think you can actually get it for like 17 or something like that from like Mighty Deals when you use the code. If you've never gotten it before and you have Creative Fabrica, they now have the Samantha font. So you can get that. So they have the full on family where it's upright and italicized. If you have Designer Edition or Business Edition, there is a tool where you can kind of basically italicize it yourself so you don't have to get this one. My glyph guide only works for the upright. I have a glyph guide for Silhouette Studio that already shows you all of the glyphs, and it's really easy to use, but that only works for Samantha upright. It doesn't work for the italicized one. So they have both of them. And if you have a subscription, you basically download it for free. That's a $75 font. So it's not going to show me the price because I'm logged in, but it's a $75 font. All right. Let's see. I spent over 100 for business edition because I upgraded each step. Waste of money. Hands down, BE is where it's at. I love Creative Fabrica. It's so much. It's overwhelming. Yes, it is a lot on there. I want it all. Can you show how to make a connect the dot picture in Silhouette? Ooh, that one will take a bit of like, I did a video for that before though. Let's see. I purchased a font from Design Bundles. I couldn't get it to work. Text Design Bundle for help. I was told to use OTF. So what are you saying? It's not working in any program or just Silhouette? So once you go, you have to make sure that you extract the file. Watch my video on how to properly install a font. So you have to extract the file. Then you cannot double click on it and choose install the file. You have to go to the regular file, right click on it. You want to choose install for all users. It's going to have a blue and yellow shield on it. Once you do that, you have to shut down Silhouette Studio and then open it back up. But if you double clicked on it and then chose like install font, that's not going to work. You have to right click, install for all users. Check out my video on how to install fonts if you want a full visual. Are you on my Academy site or are you on the shop site? You have to be on the shop site. It does not work directly from the Academy. You have to be on the shop site, because on the Academy, I would have to like do like all of like the classes, and it's not really for memberships, and I would have to go through like each one, whatever. So it's best to do it from the Academy site. So if you click on 365 Creative Academy, it's going to take you to all of the classes that are there. It does not work on the template vault that's under there, because that's where it's housed at, so you can get the email, but it is actually like not a class, so the code doesn't work on that. But like all of these, if I go to my cart, these are there. I'm just going to go to checkout. And log in. Is there a specific, which class are you trying to enroll in? And then we're going to go here. I'm not a robot. Creative 60, it took that off of all of those classes. So Creative 60. All right, let's go back over here. And let's go Christmas tree. Now you have to make it an outline. Well, I guess let me show that way first. So let's do it with this one, I guess. So if you want it to be connected to, you have to create an outline first. So let's go. All right, first thing I'm going to do is put an offset on this. And we're going to make that a little bit smaller. Okay. I'm going to select them all and make it a compound path, or you can subtract depending on how it's set up. I probably should just did it as subtract or subtract all. We're just going to make it a compound path to where I have, well, I guess this doesn't work as connected dot because it's not connected. Let's choose another one because it's all separated. So that really doesn't work very well. Let's do this one. All right, offset, make that a bit smaller. Select it and subtract. That's going to leave me with an outline, right? I normally turn my I normally turn the continue using eraser off, but this is the time where you want to have that on. So I'm going to go down here to preferences. I'm going to go to tools, and where it says after using the knife tool, it says choose select. I'm going to go continue using eraser. Eraser tool, but I also want to do it for the knife tool. So I'm going to go continue using knife tool and then hit OK, because you're going to have to create the breaks in quite a few places. All right. So then you have to decide where you kind of want those breaks at, and you can do it one of two ways. You can just use your eraser tool and erase. And then this would be like, so you have to decide where you want those breaks to be at. So you can just go in and erase and have your circle. You're going to have to, of course, create all of your numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Probably better to put your dots and your numbers. That way you have a better idea. But if you take your eraser tool over your dots, it's going to erase that also. So with the eraser tool, anything that is in its way, it's going to erase. So now we'll do that. You'll put your 1, take your dot. You can make duplicates fast by just going over to your replicate tool. And let's just say I do like a whole row of like just a couple of them, just to have them there. I don't even know how many that is. And then you can move them around to where you want them to be. So if you know you want your dots to be in a certain place, you will put them there ahead of time. And then put your numbers. So you have to do everything manually. Or actually, that wouldn't be there. That would be here. So I would have to erase. Well, that kind of comes around. So you get the idea. You just got to put it where you want them, because then this dot would connect here instead of here. So this really should have been here. And then 4 would be here. And then 5 would be probably here, because if you just do from here to here, they would just draw it straight down instead of curving. So it's like you have to strategically know where you want your breaks to be, and you can create them that way, or you can create them with the knife tool. If you already put your numbers there, it might be better to use the knife tool, because you can just do like one little split and like do another one and then remove that section. So you can go back in later and remove it, versus trying to use the wide the wide eraser. So there's more than one way to do it, but you're just going to have to create those breaks and put your numbers in. That's how you would create a connect the dot. No, I have not. Can I purchase the cartridge for the 7720 by itself? I should have done the bundle, but just did the pigment ink. Yes, you can. So once you go on our site, you can either search empty, or you can go to essentials. So we're going to go up here to essentials, and that load more right here is the empty cartridges for that. Okay. You are very welcome. All right, so we're all done. I do want to also point out, still time to take advantage of Christmas deals and things like that, or just kind of like, get your supplies. Everyone still kind of have like the whole Christmas vibe. So you have Johnson's Plastics Plus that has sublimation blanks. You have heat transfer warehouse. My lips got all tangled up. So they have different blanks, vinyl. People always asking me about heat presses. So these, all of your plates I'm going to show you, they have, or 4 plates, they have heat presses. You just have to compare pricing, see when you're going to get one faster. They have some of the same brands and they also have different brands. So heat transfer warehouse has like their own now, which is like the Walla press and those, but they also still have other ones. You have Pro World where they have the Trans Pro one, but they also have like Hotronics ones there. I'm going to click on. So here are all of theirs, but they also carry other brands. They have a mug press as well, the tumbler press. So we have those. And let me see, I'm going to go to the top. Heat presses, all heat presses. So they have the Hotronics as well. Okay. They have the Max, which is also a Stalls heat press. So it's a really great quality. Then you have Heat Press Nation. They also have a lot of different presses as well. So they have like their signature series. They sell Hotronics also. So just go to the heat presses to see all of the different heat presses that they offer. So a lot of different places to get heat presses. If you can't find it in one spot, definitely check some of the other locations because they will have some of the same exact heat presses. So, Heat Press Nation, use the link in the description. Pro World, Heat Transfer Warehouse, and Johnson's Plastics Plus. They all also carry Sawgrass printers, blanks, and things like that. So check out all of those sites. And with Johnson Plastics Plus, that is the only site that I have a code for. So if you use my code 9PKD6, you'll get an additional 15% off. Like they have something on sale, you'll get 15% off. So my code for Johnson's Plastics is 9PKD6. And once you get all of your supplies, head on over to hsink365.com for all of your HS Ink products, Sublimation Ink, Sublimation Paper. And yes, all of our classes are 60% off. All the way up until like next week. I will have some bundles. It's just been a really hectic week. I plan to put those bundles up for like the sublimation classes, the get started with Silhouette Studio classes, the design classes. So there'll be different bundles that you can choose from as well. There are 2 different things. Out of the box and essentials are 2 different things. You would need both. Out of the box, we basically, there were a lot of people who were just afraid to, really get out of the box and make their first cut. So with that one, I went through everything, breaking down like the differences between the machines, how you load your mat, how do you adjust your blade. That's just for the machine. Like that one is just for information on the machine because I really don't ever show the machine too much. My teachings pretty much are based off of the software because that's the hardest part of it. So that was, like I said, for getting your machine out of the box to get your first cut. Now, to actually understand the program, you will need Essentials to Silhouette Studio. I just opened mine from 5 months ago. Hey, you're ahead of the game. You know how many people have had theirs sitting in a box for a year, 2 years, 3 years? So you're ahead of the game in the fact that you've only let it sit for 5 months. Give yourself a round of applause because there's some folk that got them just sitting there. Just sitting there. Okay, y'all. 2 more. I don't know why I thought it was like the last one. It's just the first of the month. So we'll go back and change that title because we have 2. I know we do this on Mondays. We have 2 more Mondays before I am Christmas vacation activate. And you guys won't see me again until New Year's Eve and then in 2022. Okay. All right, y'all. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. But I will be back again sometime today because I want to talk about the different colors of the ink. So be on the lookout for that. And I'll also have the link. I keep forgetting to put it in there, but I will have the link for 365 Creative Academy. There won't be a lot of content on there to really start off with because I'm going to use that for the Academy. For playbacks and stuff like that. There's gonna be a lot of like exclusive videos on there, but I will have that link for whatever videos I do drop. Like whenever I do get the solo, I'll probably do it on that platform versus any of the other ones. But yeah, be on the lookout for me to come back live to explain this whole thing. So those who ask, is there a major difference in Formula B? No, it's just not as vibrant. I mean, not as vibrant, not pigmented the same. There we go. I was like, what the heck? Not pigmented the same. Alrighty, y'all. Until next time. Peace.